Hi, everybody. This is Barbara Mayerson from Joy and Success. And I have one of my favorite people came on again with me, Franziska Siragusa from Italy, which you guys know I love talking to overseas. And I'm so glad that she's here with me today, especially like this time of year, like, things are a little weird all over the world. And she's a bright light, and you can see her Christmas tree in the background with the lights, and they're beautiful. So welcome, Franziska. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you, Barbara. I feel very honored to be here. Thank you for inviting me again.
My pleasure. I want to just tell everybody, have you explain a little bit about what you do and what we talked about the last time, which is about unicorns, and you can see it on my YouTube channel, joyandsuccess.com, or you Joy and Success International. So explain to me, a little bit about your background, a little bit about the unicorns again, and then we're going to get into our new topic of dragons.
Okay. Well, I'm a principal teacher with the Diana Cooper School of White Light. So I train teachers basically in different topics. So you mentioned unicorns, dragons, angels, Atlantis, Lemuria, all this kind of mysterious topics. So last time we talked about the unicorns, and yeah, just to say a few words about them again. They are higher beings from the angelic realms. They reside from the 7th dimension onwards, and they are here at the moment on Earth to help us with the shift into a higher dimension. And that's the same for the dragons. They're here for exactly the same reason. Since 2011, many dragons are coming in to help with this shift.
And
yeah.
just want to, I know like the last time, just quickly, like I named my unicorn Barry. I know I did get somebody else who was telling me their name of their unicorn, and go and name your unicorn. But now dragons, like people feel like they're scary things, but they're not. They're helpful. And what do they do? How do they help us?
It depends what you said. It's quite right. But it's the Western culture that thinks they are scary. In the Eastern culture, they think they're auspicious and they bring good luck. So they are seen as benevolent beings. Although if you anger them, they may cause floods and storms and all sorts of things. But they are seen as benevolent, auspicious beings. So the dragons, they are in our consciousness because we know them from ancient times. From like in Golden Atlantis and the eras before that, Lemuria, and eras even more ancient than that. The dragons have been here since the beginning of time. I don't know whether you know about the ley lines. The ley lines are energetic lines that cover our Earth. And some people still refer to them as dragon lines because it's the dragons who set them up originally when the Earth came, when the Earth came into existence. So they've been with us all the time. And also, of course, there's all the films with dragons. You see them in cartoons. Particular Merlin is connected with dragons. There's so many people, I'm sure most people will have seen a film about King Arthur and Merlin and, featuring a dragon. So we see them, we've seen them.
and how do they help us? How do they guide us and help us feel safe? Do they help us feel safe and good?
Dragons, they are particularly good at dissolving lower energies, so they can blaze the flames and these lower energies just dissolve. Dragons also belong to the angelic realms, but they start from the 4th dimension onwards. So you can have dragons, in the 4th, in the 5th, in the 7th, in the 9th dimension. That means they can come down to the lower dimensions, and they can work with those lower energies and transmute them. whereas angels, they tend to stay more in the higher realms.
So
And the dragons,
if you're having bad,
sorry, say again.
if you're having bad things happening to you or you're upset, you can call on the dragons and they'll get rid of them.
Of course you can. If you're feeling upset, that means there's bad energy around you. So you can call in your dragon and you can ask him, to blaze flames or just to breathe. And these lower energies will dissolve.
Wow, wow, that's really great. We're always looking for ways to clear out negative energy, and now we have a new one. And you were saying, like we were talking earlier, that you name your dragons. So do you have one specific dragon, or are there a lot of dragons around?
Yes, I have one dragon, and and I'm calling my dragon Wei. It's a Chinese name, but yeah, a few years ago I called him by a different name, but suddenly I felt like his look was changing, and I felt the name he had up to now wasn't right any longer. And I was a bit worried about why this was happening, and I tried to make sense of it. So he explained to me that, I have been working with his essence, from ancient of times. So I would have called him different names in different times. It's not like us, we incarnate again and again, but they just keep the same essence. At least that's how I understood it. And so, for example, if I was incarnated during the period of Avalon, my dragon, I would have called him Akolon. But right now, I want to call him Wei. So I've changed his name, but it's still the same. It's still the same essence. But it feels almost like he's evolved or he's changed too. So I think that's the best way I can explain it.
For some reason, Kenny popped into my head. So I don't know if that's my dragon's name, but Kenny that name dropped into my head, came into my head.
Of course he can, of course. We will do a visualization and you will be invited for your dragon to drop his name into your mind.
Well, I love this idea because like there's so much turmoil going on in the world, and people, I love tapping, and I love just different practices to help calm me down. But now this is looks like a really fun one to do it. Like, can I get rid of all this negative stuff? And
well, the dragons are very busy right now.
sure
there are various portals on Earth which connects our earthly realm with the dragon realm. And as I may have said before, but since 2011, lots of them are coming in to help because there's so much work to be done. So in fact, we can help with this situation. We can call in the dragons and we can act as a bridge and we can send them to do things. I mean, for example, we can ask them to purify the air. We can ask them to clear the waters. But dragons actually are elemental beings. So they carry elements. So they'll be like water dragons, air dragons, fire dragons, earth dragons. Some of them have two elements together. Like my one is a water and a fire dragon. That's what he tells me. So he has both elements.
Do you have
yes, we
call
can.
them?
Do
they just come automatically, or you have to call on them?
You always have to ask for them to interfere. They will always respect your free will, the same as the unicorns, the same as the angels. But I'm quite sure that, everyone has a dragon somewhere waiting to work with them. So I'm sure everyone can have a dragon, like they can have a unicorn and a guardian angel. So your dragon is out there waiting to work with you.
That sounds really great. Yeah, I have to call on them all the time because I'm feeling this energy that, just get rid of all this negative stuff around me. That's a lot of fun. So you were saying you have a meditation that we can do.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
So you want to start doing it get going on it?
Yes, we can start that. Yes.
Okay.
So close your eyes and relax. Just take a few deep breaths. As you breathe in and out, you feel more and more relaxed. Now take yourself to a beautiful nature spot. Water is nearby and the sun is shining. You can feel the wind caressing your face. Your feet are firmly on the ground. And now visualize big, strong roots that are growing from the bottom of your feet. So see them growing deep into the earth to keep you anchored during this visualization. I'm now going to call in the goddess Kuan Yin, who is often seen with dragons. Kuan Yin surrounds you with pink light. Breathe in this pink light, in and out. And as you breathe, pink light, you become more and more centered in love. So just breathe in and out and see your aura filling with pink light. And as you breathe in this way, think about your personal dragon. Open yourself up to meeting him. Call him to you from your heart. Now see and sense him approach. Take a good look. What size is he? Is he big or small or medium size? And now pay attention to his colors. You may get a sense of the elements he carries. Is it earth, fire, water, or air? Your dragon now invites you to touch him. What does that feel like? Is it cold, warm, soft, or hard? Now have a look at his chest and notice his heart. You can see his heart glowing through the skin, and waves of love are coming towards you. You are making a heart-to-heart connection with your dragon. And now look into his eyes. See what color they are. And make a soul-to-soul connection with your dragon. And now you can ask him or her his name. Accept whatever he drops in your mind. And trust that this is the name that your dragon wants you to use. And now it's time for a dragon wish. Your dragon wants to grant you a wish. You can ask for anything, and he will help you to clear and smooth your path so it can come to you. So just focus on your wish and take a moment to think what it is you want. Now trust that your dragon will help you to manifest your wish, your dream. And thank your dragon for meeting you today. And thank Kuan Yin for helping you to connect with her loving light. Then slowly bring your consciousness back into the space where you started, back into your body. Feel your feet firmly on the ground, and knowing that you can now always call upon your dragon, and knowing that he supports you now with your wish, you can open your eyes.
Wow, that was amazing. I have to admit, if any of you are else out there, I was struggling with the name. Kenny didn't feel right, but I was struggling with the name and I couldn't think of anything. But then Daniel popped in, and I think
Daniel.
I think I like Daniel. And then like wishing, I think there's so many things I want to happen. So I kept on asking a lot of things. I want this and this and this and like, but it feels so wonderful to have another spiritual realm. I think a lot of that I've been going through myself lately is thinking if I don't feel the support and the love around me in a physical form with friends and family, to feel the angelic realm and the dragon realm and the unicorn realm, to know that they're all around, and to call on that.
Oh, they are. So remember, your dragon, you can ask him to blaze his flames to dissolve any energies. And so if there's anything in the way, anything stands in the way of your dream coming through, then, he can blaze that away. He can just dissolve it and smooth the path for you.
I love that because it's certainly a lot of things I want to be dissolved. So I'm going to start really calling on that and just knowing that there's something else out there that can help. And this was so much fun. I just love doing this, and I loved connecting with the outside realm and the other realms, and connecting with you. It's been so much fun, and I want to thank you so much for being.
My dragon gave me a message. He said to think of your dreams as projects.
Okay.
So don't just think, oh, don't just hope they're gonna happen for you. Think of them as a project and start with the intention, with the idea that it's going to be successful. So that way the manifestation, will work. It'll be much more powerful.
And I guess also like
That's
with
the
the
message.
project, giving me the steps of how to make it happen, how to work on the project.
Exactly. Your dragons, they make perfect companions. They like to be your friends and also like to be acknowledged. So they like it when you talk to them and, say thank you and, talk to them as you would to a person. They really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. It's like I
So
don't know how to make this happen, Dragon. Show me what to do, what I
talk to Daniel.
like to take the action steps, because everybody talks about action steps, and a lot of the time we don't know what to do. So I can ask the dragon, what's my action steps?
Exactly. The first step is always the intention. And then you can ask your dragon, what's my next step? It might be obvious what the next step needs to be. And then you just persist and it will happen.
And like everything else, I just be able to be quiet and just sit and listen for the answers instead of running around trying to figure it out ourselves.
Exactly. That's how prayer works. You put it out there, but then you have to listen to the guidance and take the steps.
Yeah, I know that's the tricky part. Well, thank you so much
Yeah,
for being here. I love talking to you, and
thank you. Thank you, Barbara. I'm
I
feeling very honored to be
um
here with you.
well, good. I'm honored that you joined me, and thank you, everybody. And go and name your dragon and tell me what it is. I'd love to hear what the name of your dragon is, and we can send it off to Francesca and tell her, what
Oh, yes, I
our names
would
are.
love to hear the
Yeah.
dragon names.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you again soon.